So we can talk about Joe Budden. You know, we talk about him often on the show. So he's recently had an incident with the girls from, or the women from Good Moms, Bad Choices podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna give a little breakdown of what happened, and then I'm kind of discuss why I was saying what.
Yeah, and do you have a clip?
There's no clip of this. I mean, we can find her talking about it.
Okay, so the episode, there's no clip of like what Joe said.
No, this is the story that she said. I'll
Go
just
ahead.
break her story down. So it's Erica from the Good Moms, Bad Choices podcast. She was basically saying when they were at the show, Joe does photos. So they do a little photo shoot before the episode goes and out. Out there while they were getting ready to set up for it, Joe, I guess he either walks by or something happens, and he mentions to her basically in a loud voice, "Oh, yo, you can get fucked." And she said it made her completely uncomfortable. She even went to the bathroom, had to regain her composure. She realized that they were there for a business reason overall, so she didn't really want to mess that up. So she ends up doing the whole episode, and, you know, weeks later comes out and says what happened. What's kind of being...
Bro, Joe, what is good with you? Like, you've had so many instances where you've made women uncomfortable on so many different occasions that at this point you would think that you would just shut the fuck up around women. Just shut up.
I think it's kind of clear that with Joe, he does have a very clear... it's very clear he has a difficult time dealing with the sex worker from regular women or more modestly thinking women, because these women talk sexual on their show. So I can see where you would blend that line of talking to the baddies, the sex workers, a certain way, thinking that it could fly over here with them.
But you know that these are
they're podcasters at the end of the day.
Like they're there for business. So why are you, there's no lines that are blurred. You just don't have any. He has way too much audacity.
Yeah, I mean, his coof is outrageous. Like, just to say that in any kind of capacity, like, it's nuts. And I think it's a learning lesson, and I think that's the main reason why I wanted to bring, because it is a learning lesson on how you want to discuss and have relations. Because I think what people don't understand is men and women haven't been working together for a really long time. Like, if we really break it down, women got the right to vote 100 years ago. Y'all really got into the workforce in a real way, working side by side with men, probably what? Maybe 60, 70 years?
Bro, regardless of all that shit.
But like, no, it's let me make the point of what I'm going to say.
Go ahead.
The fact is there has not been a lot of the blueprint on how to do this in a real proper way, because if we keep it honest, most people get married from work, especially in America. They meet the people that they end up marrying and living their life with at work. Example, my parents met at work. So if there was an issue in regards to what could have happened or what would have been shunned upon, my dad could have lost his job for their interactions and things like that. So for a long time, school for women was what? College, higher learning wasn't a place for them to better themselves. It was a place to find a husband. So like we keep acting like, oh, these rules have been set in stone for centuries when they really haven't. We still in the first century of trying to figure them out.
Regardless of all of that, I feel like, you know, as a grown man that has grown up in this era, you know how to fucking behave in a workplace professionally. You don't tell somebody they can get fucked, period. There are mad HR videos that you can log on to YouTube and watch, my nigga. You can't say that in your workplace. It doesn't matter. Like, that you haven't been around, that men and women haven't been working together for that long, that Joe's only around sex workers and this and that. Like, my nigga, you literally, like, you shouldn't be around women. You should be quarantined from women. Women should only be paid to interact with you, period, if they choose to do so. Because at this point, it's fucking ridiculous. You're a fucking wild animal. You can't control yourself. She's walking past you. Oh, you can get fucked. No. Like, what the fuck? Are you not like 50-some years old, my nigga? How many times have you busted nuts to full completion and satisfaction? At this point, control your goddamn self. What is that?
I would think that he would just, like, after the Olivia Dope situation and seeing how that whole situation played out and him end up having to pay her out money, like, I don't understand why you wouldn't, learn from that occasion.
Bro, his brain does not work properly, obviously. Like, all you can do is you yell into a mic fantastically, regardless of if you're rapping or talking. But past that, keep him the fuck away from women.